everybody, it's Anne, owner of Feet Tucson, and I am here in the beautiful Catalina State Park. It's a wonderful warm winter day here in southern Arizona, and I'm excited to share with you a conversation that I had with Steve Landau, the owner of Everyone Runs and Walks, which is a fabulous race directing and events company that's local here in the Tucson area. We chatted about the struggles in 2020 with putting on events in the time of COVID, his commitment to bringing in-person events back last year, and what's to come this year in 2021. So I hope that you enjoy our conversation. Thanks so much, everybody. Steve, thanks so much for meeting me out here in Catalina State Park. We're gonna have a chat about your upcoming race and just a little bit about what people can expect from Everyone Runs, our partnership with you at Fleet Feet. I think it's certainly obvious, probably to most people watching, that last year was really challenging for all of us, particularly for you in the events and running race industry. You made a commitment last year to continue to hold and to bring in-person racing back to us here in the Tucson community. Why was that so important to you?
I wanted people to have a sense of normalcy in their lives. I felt like everybody was giving up on what could be done. Mm-hmm. And what could be done were safe, live running events if you were willing to sacrifice the amount of people that came to a race. And we were okay with doing that. If we were to have said, let's close up shop, we would be irrelevant. We wouldn't exist anymore in Tucson. People would forget about us too. That was important to us as well, to remain relevant. And honestly, yes, it was difficult to get permits. It was difficult to figure this all out and to put on races that actually cost us money to put on. But in the end, it was worth it because people were really excited to have something back in their lives again. We weren't able to do the April Catalina State Park Trailway, mm-hmm. so we had to do it virtually. People were very understanding, but we were able to get back online in July, September, and November. And it was all because of the cooperation of the county and the state parks that allowed us to do it. But ultimately, it was the runners in our community that came out and paid attention and heeded our warnings and rules without fail. Nobody complained. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. And to this day, I've never heard of anybody getting sick at a running event anywhere, including ours.
Yeah, no, I know from talking with lots of the participants in the events, the in-person events last year, they had nothing but positive things to say, and I think it's a testament to the commitment that you and Everyone Runs has to not only safety but just the enjoyment and the importance of coming out to beautiful places and running and racing. What was the most challenging thing about putting on those events last year?
I think the most challenging thing was coming to terms with the idea of putting a race on, because my wife and I, we're very vigilant about mm-hmm. health and welfare. We
Sure.
don't go anywhere. We don't do much at all. So we wanted to make sure that whatever we did was going to be safe mm-hmm. For the community, for the health and welfare of the community, and didn't cause any issues. Outside of that, having to come to terms with that, it was getting the permits. And that wasn't easy. And it was okay, like at Catalina, the first one was Run with the Roosters in July, and that one we had to go through the county alone in a small plan to the health department, but nothing major. And then, so that one got passed because we were proactive with our plan. We didn't wait for them to ask for one. And they looked at it and they said, okay, it looks like these people have they have the right things in mind to keep a safe event going. Then in September, when we did the one out here at Catalina State Park, we actually had to have our plan go through the governor's office and the state health department. And we actually didn't get our permit until Friday before the race. So I was Steve, who runs the park here, and myself, we were pretty freaked out. What am I going to do? We had people coming from out of state.
Right.
What am I going to tell these people? The race is canceled. But we got our permit Friday night at 4 o'clock. So those were the nerve-wracking things. And then the same thing happened in November for the Veterans Day Half Marathon. We didn't get our permit until Thursday or Friday before the race. So you just have to hope that things are going to come through. So those two things were the most challenging things, as human beings, to make sure everybody's healthy and that we get the permits.
Sure. I think it's some of those behind the scenes things that a lot of participants don't understand, don't see, don't really know the lengths that we have to go through sometimes to put events on, and definitely it was touch and go. I remember for a little bit last year. Well, let's look forward, because I definitely want to give people a preview, generate some excitement. We are here at Catalina State Park. And we've got the April events coming up, and I know registration is open. I know that this race is really near and dear to your heart. Catalina State Park is really near and dear to you. Why here? Why have you made the commitment and continue to come here to put on 2 races a year, year after year?
When we started doing this race 15 years ago in this park, we were welcomed by the original park ranger. And I didn't know at that point. It seemed like a great place to be. There wasn't a lot of regulation, like putting a race on a road. I didn't know what it would become. But the more and more I came out here myself and ran on the trails and enjoyed the beauty of Catalina State Park, the more and more I wanted to come back. And honestly, it's a big part of that is because of the staff here at the park. They are welcoming to us. They are appreciative of the work that we do and how we do it and how organized we are, and that we leave no print on the park at all. So a lot of all those things together, and I really do love this park. It's special to me. I tell people I really like it here more than I do Sabino Canyon, and they're like, "What, Sabino Canyon?" No, but it's a beautiful park if you explore it. We run on 3 trails, but there's all sorts of trails out here. There's the 50-year trail. There's the Sutherland Trail. They both hook up with the old Mount Lemon Road. There's a lot of trails out here to enjoy, so that's why it's near and dear to me, and I'm just going to keep coming back out here.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank
you.
Well,
what else can we look forward to in 2021 from Everyone Runs? We've got a pretty full race calendar. Are you optimistic that we're going to be in person for the rest of the year?
I think we will be in person in April. I'm not so sure if the event will happen on April 3rd as it's planned, and that we are very transparent at Everyone Runs. Everyone who enters the race gets an email back from me stating that, yes, you've paid for this race, and our plan is for it to happen, but it could get moved to late April or early May, and we would move the time accordingly so people don't overheat. But I'm not sure what's going to happen in April. I know we will have a race in April or in May. It'll definitely go on. July, September, and November, I think we're going to be back to normal.
Great.
If everybody plays by the rules, if everybody wears their masks, they socially distance, do what you need to do to keep each other healthy, be considerate of each other. Just even if you don't believe that things are as bad as they are, just be considerate to each other. If we all do those things, everything else will be back to normal. We'll all be going to restaurants again. We'll all be doing the things we used to do. So I think July, September, and November will be back alive.
Excellent.
To normal.
Excellent.
We might be limited on numbers, but at least we'll be out.
Hey, we'll be out there. We'll be running in person.
Yes.
Well, excellent. Well, we've been friends for a long time. We have a great partnership between Everyone Runs and Fleet Feet, and looking forward to continuing to work together this year. Fingers crossed that we're going to be able to be back here in April for another great Catalina State Park race. 5.2
5.3
5.3
and 10.6.
and 10.6. So really, really great distances. It's a really wonderful beginner race if you're new to trail racing. And you know, I know we always you know, try to talk that up to our participants. So
Right on.
again, thanks so
you.
much for coming out here. I think we lucked out with the weather. It's a pretty nice winter day here in in North Tucson. And yeah, and where can they go to register to check out more information about the upcoming Catalina State Park?
Go to everyoneruns.net, and when you're ready to buy shoes, remember, buy local, embrace local, embrace local.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.